This is a representation of a magnetic shield design we did using opera modeling software. This is before the addition of any magnetic steel, and it shows the 5 Gauss line. You can see from the position of the magnet, which is slightly off to the right, that the 5 Gauss is coming out of this wall. It's coming out in front, a little bit on the side wall, that's just a couple inches, and certainly in the back. The reason we wanted to show you this is that it also comes underneath. And so what you're going to see is when we add steel, for instance, on the back wall, that 5 Gauss is going to continue to try to come underneath that back wall and also on top, because it's a spherical field, and so it goes out equally all the way around and kind of like an oval. So I'm going to add some steel and show you how this works. This is the same magnet with the addition of steel on the back wall, about half inch of steel on the back wall. And although you can see that it's now being pulled in to some degree. It's no longer just coming out and around. It's been flattened out, but you can also see that it's not been mitigated. There's 5 Gauss just pouring out and around that steel wall. So that's not going to do it. We're going to have to add some more steel, and I'll show you how that works. We added steel now on the floor behind the magnet. This helps to prevent the 5 Gauss from sneaking out underneath. It doesn't prevent it 100%, but it does pull it back in. You can see this steep slope here. That's from that floor plate attempting to prevent the 5 Gauss from coming out. It also, you can't tell on this display, but we measured it, and this is also, the 5 Gauss on the back wall has been pulled in by several inches. It's a process. As you add more steel, you get more mitigation of the 5 Gauss line. Now with the addition of steel on the sidewall here, you'll see that the 5 Gauss line is eliminated from leaking out of the sidewall. Most of the back wall is now clear. However, because there's no steel over here, it's leaking out along this side here. So we're going to have to add some steel right here to prevent that. This is the final design after adding steel over here where the penetration panel goes. And what that does is it eliminates almost all of the 5 Gauss from leaking out at that corner. It does actually come out maybe an inch or two above 10 feet. It leaks out a little bit there. Also, you'll see towards the bottom there's a little bit of 5 Gauss leakage. That's only a couple inches from the ground, and it only comes out a couple inches from the wall. This can be eliminated as well, but would require a substantial amount of steel in other areas. You can see that on the sidewall as well at the bottom. The 5 Gauss line is still trying to come up a little bit. It's just a couple inches outside the wall and a couple inches from the ground or the ground level. So in order to eliminate all the 5 Gauss from coming out at those areas, which could be done, it would require a bunch of steel both on the floor uh, and on the other wall, probably over here on the floor and on that wall as well, the right wall, and then more on the floor on the other side. Might even have to put some here on the ceiling if we wanted to completely eliminate every trace of 5 Gauss leaking out of the wall. So that'll do it for this session. I hope you enjoyed watching how we put together a magnetic shield design for an MRI suite.